Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Nani. The episode we discuss anime that we're currently watching. And today we're going to be talking about Gogo. Why does this has something that's like crooked on this thing? Whatever. We're going to be talking about Gogo Loser Ranger. No, Gogo Loser Ranger season 2, episode 4, I believe. Yes, episode 4. So, the last episode, Friday is actually back into the real world, right? But also, we saw a glimpse of Hisui's past. So, seeing in her past, she lost her parents due to the monsters due to the invasion, right? And her friend, her neighbors, took her in right there. Pretty much, and then we're gonna adopt you right there, right? Which is a pretty cool thing to do because most of the time, when kids lose their parents at a young age, it's like they somehow live by themselves. But it's good to see that a family takes her in, right? And now she was, enjoying a normal life though. But we did see her talk to one of the rangers right there, and I forgot his name, but I'm just trying to look after you right there, make sure you're okay and everything. Like almost like an informer, right? And then we see this one guy, say, "Well, how do you know about the Rangers right there, right?" And Hisui, we didn't see, but Hisui like beat the hell out of this guy. Like I don't know if she killed him, but like she got blood all over her face right there. Her friend was like, "No, get away from me," and that's where you realize, she can't have a normal life right after that, right there. So right after that, she decided to join, the Rangers right there at a very young age. I believe she was like 12 years old. But yeah, like I said, all sense of like having a normal life right there was gone right there. And so I mean, like I said, this season is definitely I'm really digging history in this right there. I said I always kind of liked her in the last season right there, but now that Fighter D is with history right there, I'm like yes, now I'm really like digging her character a lot right now, and honestly, I like her in the school uniform way more than in the stinking green jumpsuit. Right? Like, honestly, these jumpsuits are ugly as hell. Like these jumpsuits in Google Loser Ranger, these jumpsuits look ugly as hell. Like I mean, if somebody cosplays in them, shout out to you. But like these cosplays right now, I would not wear them at all. Like no. So honestly, history's fashion in this is way better than these other jumpsuits and Go Loser Ranger right there. That's just my honest opinion right there, right? So as that's going on right there, Faraday is still trying, to like get inside. Oh, history, realized that Faraday is gone right there. Shidori as well. Though, where is he right now? What is going on? So, she mentioned with the principal Wakaba right there, and stuff was revealed right there. So apparently, Wakaba he revealed, what happened to the Green Squad from years ago, right? But as he's explaining that, Fire D is trying to like somehow get back into the figure, right? Like runs into those detectives from episode 1, and they're saying yeah, you know what, we heard some weird things going on with the school right there, but we are looking into Shidori right there because he's not an ordinary human. But not only that, they do hear that like some names that died a couple that disappeared a couple years ago now. It's walking by Tokiya right there. So yes, they do have their information. What what's going on. So they both go into the school right there, and as they get into school, we get back into President Wakaba explain, the history, what happened, back then, right? So apparently, when they were trying to fight Magada, they're very close to, trying to stop him, right? Tokyo was like, yo, we have this opportunity, to defend him once for all right there. But Wakaba's like, yo, she is. What did he say right there? Listen, I want to read it. What it says. What it says. He said basically he said that that someone like her who continues to fight rigorously is truly evil right there. So he kills Otogia right there because he sees her as the true evil right there. Actually taking the artifact for himself right there. But she's already saying to listen to him, that's a lie or something like that. So I'm confused. So I guess because we all know that Magada's using Wakaba's body, right? But did he really do that? Because I'm still a little bit confused right there. So Wakaba really did kill Togia, right? Y'all let me know, 'cause I was a little bit confused by that. So I was like, was that a fake memory right there? Because Shidori said like does some right, but Shidori shoots Wakaba in front of like the students, right? But as he does that, he does the timer because he vines in front of the students right there, right? But timely right there, then Fighter D and was stuck around, and the detectives are in the time loop right there, right? But as that happens, Hisui loses her memory right there, and she says, "Oh wait, what's going on right there?" Like Ranger or something. It's like oh shit, she's walking about now has her under her control right there, right? So now that the like I said, the detectives and Fire Deer are now in the time loop, right? They're like, "Oh, what is going on right there?" Right? So I forgot what happened before, when the time happened again right there. But hold on a second, right, guys. Hold on a second. Okay, and that's all happened. So basically, when they got to the school right there, sorry about that. I was like, wait, why did I write in my notes right there? When they got into the school, um, Shidori sees President Wakaba hits Hisui right there, and it's, oh look, that's a violation of the rules right there, right? But as he tells him right there, the detective like sees what happened as well right there, right? Like he attacked Shidori at first. I said, remember that was their main objective, right? Was taking in Shidori. He saw what happened right there, and Shidori then says, when the time happens, I need you to come with me right there. So time loop happens, and the detective was like, he was fine right there. He did like he wasn't confused right there. He's like, yo, I've seen 100 animes, and I see time loops right there. So he's like, following through with the plan right there, right? So as that happens, right, Gutcho actually appears, and God actually appears, right, and he's actually able to like got all three of these guys and like was able to get ready to crush these guys, right? So, Wakaba takes Hisui to an isolated location right there because he's trying to kill Hisui. But before that happens, he actually makes the announcement he makes the announcement on the speaker saying that the violation like the rules can be prohibited for like the next 10 or 20 minutes right there. So they're like, oh snap! So now it's like what can they do right there because one of the detectives actually kissed Gato right there, to be like, oh snap, you do another violation right there, right? But like nothing happened, and Gato was pretty pissed about that, saying, "You mother effers, you ruined my one true kiss." I'm like, God damn, this guy ain't kissed anybody right there. That sucks, right? So, Wakaba's getting ready to kill history again, but one of the detectives, I remember the detective saying right there, tried to attack Wakaba, but he attacks him someone kills him, but we saw the little black dust. They're like, oh shit, that's actually Father D. So he's like, all right, cool. He knocks him out, but then tries to kiss him again. But the detective punches him right there. Turns out to be revealed to be Father D right there. And I'm like, wait, he revealed himself in front of history right there. So I'm like, isn't that a bad thing right there? Even though history lost her memory, it's like, is that still a good thing to do right there? But I gotta get credit. I gotta give Father D credit right there, right? He managed to piss Wakaba, right? He starts using the artifact, right? But I would say that yes, when Vitaly was fighting Gato, you can just make your argument he got his butt kicked, right? But I would say that Fighter D was I would say was getting into walk up his head right there, mental warfare, right? Because like he kept on missing, and then next thing you know, Fighter D transferred into Tokyo right there. It's like, oh, we're comrades right there, right? Messing with walk up his head right there. Like it's like I was artifact, why isn't hitting him right there? Like yeah, he was not like Fire D was meant to use mental warfare on this guy right there, freaking the hell out, right? But as that's crumbling, that's going on right there, a part of the version did land on history, right? And well, I was saying, you're getting closer, I will kill it right there. He's like, no, stay away, so I can leave, leave, leave. It's like, oh my god, both of y'all uses right there. Y'all both my enemies right there. But it turned out to be that Houston was actually faking the law right there and almost able to attack to her. Oh no, she almost hit Wakaba, but Sakura did hit Wakaba himself right. Yeah, he did hit Wakaba himself right there. And it turns out that history was actually faking this whole entire time. And I'm like, yes, all right. It's like finally it was like, yeah, you're like kind of like a bad hostage right there. I knew you wouldn't be so meek right there. So I like the fact that the two have got together right there. It's like, yo, let's work together right there. We had to work together regardless, but like we're gonna get right now to whoop this guy's ass right there, right? So yes, I'm happy that Hisui is back to her sense right there. I was like, oh my god, not my girl. No, 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 no. And no, he's and like I said, they have to defeat him underneath the time limit because right now, the school rules right now are like lifted right there, so they have to defeat him in this certain amount of time, right? it was even so bad. They even got to had to help these guys out as well because here's her and the students right there. So Hisui got to and Sakura we're gonna get her to defeat Wakaba in this certain amount of time right there. And quite honestly, right there, man, I love them working together right there. Like something about this chemistry between Sakurama and Hisui works very well. Like I said they work well together. Hisui was able to like attack with a sword right there. And no. Sakura was able to attack with a sword right there, and Hisui was able to do land the final blow on Wakaba right there. And he pretty much said like after this reset is over, Ring of Famagada himself right there. But and that's episode right there. But I'm saying to myself, yo, so doesn't like Walkabout know now about Fire D? Because he I don't know, I was a little bit confused by that. I have to look into it a little bit more. But at the post credit scene right there, you know, they call in the Red Dragon Keeper because of the incident, the monster that took place right there that killed the kids and their guidance counselor right there. So he's looking at that right there, but he doesn't care. He obviously does not care. And so yeah, like I said, hopefully next episode they actually defeat Mayada and we'll see what happens. But like I said, I feel as though history knows the secret now. I mean, Father D did say good thing and changed him into Sakurama right there, but it's like you were still a monster. I mean, then again, I mean he wasn't Sakura turned into the Fighter D right there. So I mean, I guess I can understand right there in a way. So we'll see. But like I said, I'm excited for the next episode. Hopefully, they actually defeat this snake impersonator right there. So we'll see. But let me know what you guys think about this episode right there in the comment section below. Please give the video a like and subscribe for our next family. Be sure to follow me on social media accounts in the search box below. And always remember, Jake will say, everybody, there's no such thing as life better than yours. Have a good night, everybody. Take care.